Uh, I am here in, I will show you if I can get the map up, world map. I am here in Metz where we left off. If you remember, we did a journey from Loin in France up to Metz. We didn't actually stop by Dijon. I really should have. There was no discoveries, but I should have just discovered the city. But we're going to be going from Metz over to Paris. We're taking 22 tons of logs with the Mercedes this time. I just got an email after I took the job. I'm pretty sure it's an email from the bank saying I have access to loans now, which I'm not really bothered about right now. But it's a 238 kilometer journey. We'll be going past Reims, or Reims, however you say it. So I might just quickly nip in there. Actually, what if we go here and then here? There we go. I'm gonna nip in there and just grab that discoverable there. It'll probably just be a recruitment agency, maybe. I would assume. There could be a dealer. So yeah, it's gonna be a relatively short journey. So yeah, let's get on the way. Actually, could I take that route? Ooh. There's two discoverables in Paris. I'm assuming that one's going to be a truck dealer. And that's going to be a recruitment agency. So instead of going that way, what if I go that way? Or I go that way and then that way. There we go. That will allow us to just route into Paris to get to both of the discoverables. I don't really need the recruitment agency right now. They're always nice to have, and I do want to get that truck dealer. So yeah, let's get on the road with our Mercedes. Let's get in the cab and fire it up. Get some lights on here. We don't have a GPS, so I'll have to throw this up. Which way do we go to get out of here? Is it the one over there? I think so. It's kind of weird how when you take a job, one of these quick jobs, you don't start with the truck having its parking brake on, which is something you definitely would do. I should also, oh, that's not the key for wipers. I should also put some wipers on, seeing as it is raining out. It's going to be kind of a miserable afternoon / evening drive, but yeah, it is what it is. There's nothing coming, so we can just pull out here. It won't take us too long to get out of Metz and into, or onto the highway. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot to talk about in this video. I don't think I update any mods. There might have been an update for a Jazzy Cat mod. But I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, as always, I'll have links to the mod sites and stuff in the description of the video, so you guys can go check out the mods. I am running the late autumn mod now. As I said in the last video, I was gonna switch that out. I actually loaded up my game and looked at my mods because I couldn't remember if I had anything new, and I saw the early on was like, oh, I was supposed to switch it out, so I just quickly switched that out before I started this video here. So yeah, I have the late autumn mod, so you can see most of the, I have in my head something toggled by mistake there. I don't know. But yeah, basically a lot of the trees now will have no leaves on them compared to the early autumn, which they all had like colorful leaves on them, that type of thing. There's nobody in, so I'm just gonna hug this lane here. It's not the proper way to go around a roundabout, but no cops around to stop me. So yeah, late autumn mod is installed. I'll keep this around for a little while until the snow starts to fly, and then I'll find a winter mod to chuck in. So yeah, I'm actually liking the look of the late autumn mod. Just having the no leaves around and that kind of thing. Just same with when I had the early autumn. I said it just changes up the feel of the game, so you don't, it's not the same thing all the time. that's what I like about it. It changes it up. You're not looking at the same scenery all the time. It just makes things a little bit different. Yeah, that's basically it on the mod front. I haven't looked at any mods recently for Euro Truck. I did check, I think, just for updates for things, and I don't think I had to update anything, but like I said, I'll post links to everything in the description, same as I always do. That way you guys can go check out the mod sites and everything for yourself and decide if you guys want any mods. Something new in the... Okay, so this truck doesn't have a retarder, so we're going to have to be careful about our speed going down hills. It won't manage it for us. Something new in the American Truck Simulator world, if you haven't heard. Let's get slowed down for this junction here. SCS released the 4th truck. Stop. SCS has released the 4th truck for American Truck Simulator. It was one I believe they actually said they were going to put in, like, when they were making the game, they said a few different trucks that they were going to put in. It was one of the ones that they said was coming at some point. It's the Peterbilt 389. If you want to take a look at it, just go over to their website or their YouTube channel. Either one will work. You'll be able to find the truck there. What is going on with all the traffic? I feel like we're going to be sat here for quite a while. But yeah, it's out and released now. I had a quick little play around with it, and it's not a bad truck, but I found myself the audio was extremely quiet in it. Not sure if it was an audio pack I had causing it or what. Okay, so it's starting to pour, so we're gonna have to put on some more wipers here. But yeah, I found the audio to be not amazing. I'm sure it won't take any time at all for somebody to release a good audio mod for it. Okay, can you guys just like move over so that we can actually get out? Goodness. So why are you not moving? There's nothing coming. Goodness. There's so much rain I can't actually see properly out of my mirror. Hopefully after this card here you will go. Because there's nothing. Yes, there you go. Get moving. Make sure I get pulled out, that way the AI doesn't try to come flying past. But yeah, the 389 is released. The audio is not amazing, but as with all of the trucks that SCS has released for ATS, people have made like engine sound mods and all that kind of thing, so I'm sure it won't take any time for that little issue to get fixed. It's a relatively nice truck otherwise. They did add the ability on the roof. There are dots there so that you can put air horns on the truck, which is something quite nice. A lot of people have been saying ever since ATS came out that, oh, the trucks don't have air horns or beacons on them. They still don't have beacons, but the 389 does have air horns. I only tried one and it was honestly quite rubbish, but I didn't try the other two. There are 3 different kinds. I don't know if they sound any different or if they're purely aesthetic. But yeah, that's a thing that they did add onto the 389. They also said the same blog post, when they released the blog post stating that they released the 389, they said the video that they have of them customizing is on the next version of American Truck, so it's 1.4, 1.5, whatever their next version is going to be. And they said that some of the features in that video aren't going to be, you basically don't have them yet. They will be released in the next version of Euro Truck or American Truck. They haven't said when that version is going to be released, so that's still a question. We don't know if it's going to come up before the rescale or afterwards. We also don't have any news on when the rescale scale is coming out, or even when the France DLC is coming out. That stuff's still relatively up in the air. Nobody really knows for sure when that stuff is getting released. Hopefully soon, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that. But yeah, the 389, it's a pretty decent truck from what I've driven on. I didn't drive it a whole lot. Like I said, I was just trying to keep away from ATS until the rescale comes out, because I did have to mess around and basically create a new profile and cheat some money so I can try the 389, because my profile doesn't work at the moment because it's so out of date with mods and stuff. But yeah, I had a little bit of a mess around with it, and it's a pretty nice truck. I wouldn't call it anything like revolutionary, but it's nice to see that they are adding in more trucks, because the base 2 that came with the game and then the W900, just, it wasn't enough. When they released the game, I think they should have had more drivable content, like 2 or 3 more states than what they released with, and then a few more trucks. Like, just having 2 trucks at release, it wasn't anything to really be hyped over. Yes, they're trucks we haven't seen before, but after a while they kind of lose their glamour and stuff. So yeah, I definitely think they should have released with more content in general, more drivable content. They should have started off from release with the scale that they're going to now, with the scale that Euro Truck uses, the 1:19 or 1:20, which they didn't. And they definitely needed more trucks. I mean, yes, truck mods came out, but the mods for American Truck aren't progressing as quickly as I think a lot of people expected they would. A lot of people expected the mods would progress really quickly and people would hop from Euro Truck over to American Truck, which some people did. There are some people that, why are you stopped there? There's no reason for you to stop there. I'm going over here then. I don't know what that car was doing and what it's still doing, because it is still stopped. That is strange behavior from the AI. Oh. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. We only damaged the truck. We didn't damage the trailer. I can't remember in these quick jobs if you damage the truck, if it actually gives you a penalty or not. I think it's only if you damage the cargo you get a penalty. I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but we will see when we drop the trailer off. Hopefully that doesn't actually impact the amount of money that I get, because this wasn't a very lucrative job. Since it was a relatively short job, it's only like, what was it, 240 kilometers or so, it wasn't paying a massive amount. It was only paying like $3,300 or something like that, so we'll be above the 10 grand mark, which is good considering we don't really have much in the way of expenses at the moment. The only expenses we have are if we cause an accident or run a red light or something like that. That would be our only expenses right now, which is nice not having many expenses. We don't have to repair the truck, we don't have to pay for the fuel, we don't have to pay the tolls and that kind of thing. So I'm liking that right now, because the money we make we basically keep, and we don't have to get rid of any of it through expenses. I just saw that we are coming up on Reims, or however you pronounce it. So just hop over into this lane and slow down for the speed change, because we are going to be hopping off the highway very briefly, just to capture that one discoverable there. Goodness, this thing does not want to slow down. The frame rate is also taking a tanking here because of, I'm assuming, all the Pro Mods content. I'm going to cross in front of you. I'm not even going to try. Keep going. Keep going. Stop in the middle of the road. But yeah, and some of the more built-up Pro Mod seeds, my frame rate does drop quite a bit. Like I said, I can't remember if it was my last Euro Truck video or which video it was, but I did say all my PC videos generally are going to be in 30 FPS in base YouTube FPS. They're not going to be in 60 because I just can't, my computer can't handle some of them. Some games it's perfectly fine, but games like Euro Truck where it's running on an older version of DirectX, it doesn't really optimize your graphics card in your computer as much as it should. Anything there? So yeah, in some of the more built-up cities I do lose quite a few frames, but it is what it is. It's not like I'm getting like 2 frames a second or anything. So that was a recruitment agency there. Won't really need that, but it's good just to drive in and get it for later on down the road. Oh my goodness, stop! I guess we are hauling 20 tons. Oh god, is this going to be a gridlock situation? Oh, Jesus. So basically what's happening here is... Oh, no, he is going. I thought he was just not going to move forward. But basically... one vehicle on the outside lane is stopping, inside lane is stopping to try and let me out. Just gotta turn off my indicator. These guys roll. Nobody behind us, also going to back up a little bit. Yeah, basically they were all stopping to try and let me out. For whatever reason, they're not, really you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't stop on a highway, just let somebody enter. Basically, they were doing that, and two cars want to get across. Just start moving in here. He'll slow down. There's nothing coming that way. Didn't actually look. Yeah, the AI can be a little derpy sometimes. Like, they'll stop on a major road just to let you out when really they shouldn't. They should continue on, but I can kind of see why they would want to program the AI to do that, because you can get situations where it's almost non-stop flow of traffic. But I think the solution to that would be, if that is the reason why the AI kind of gives way to you, the solution wouldn't be for the AI to give away. The solution should be to fix how the AI is spawned onto the road. In my opinion, that's what I would think, because making the AI give way to you at certain points makes sense, like if you have the right of way. I'm not sure if we need to switch lanes here or not. Yes, we do. It just got very dark when that happened, but yeah, having the AI yield to you at certain points makes sense. But at other points it makes almost no sense at all. Like back there, it didn't make any sense why the AI was stopping to let me out when really they shouldn't have been, because they had the right of way. So if that's why the AI does it, because there can be times where there's no break in traffic, then the solution should be to create better code for the spawning of the traffic, and not just basically make the AI yield and create more problems, because you're kind of fixing a problem, but you create more problems, if you see what I mean. But that's just my opinion. I don't actually know why they do it that way. I almost forgot how bad the brakes on this thing are. I can turn that indicator off. I think this truck might be a little bit underpowered for this load. I mean, it deals with pulling away fairly good, I guess. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. But I don't know if it's the truck or if it's just the heavy load, because we are hauling 22 tons, but it isn't massively heavy. But it just does not like getting slowed down. It takes quite a while to get up to speed. I don't think it's actually raining anymore. I believe another thing that late autumn actually does, actually both the autumn mods do it, but we are using late autumn, so I'm just going to reference that one. It makes it so that it goes dark a lot earlier in the day, like it's only 7 p.m. in game, 1900. And it's dark. In base Euro Truck, it would still be relatively light out right now. And I think it also, if I remember correctly, it also makes the nights darker. So that's why it's incredibly dark and I can't see barely anything in front of me, but I know the second I put on my high beam lights, every vehicle coming in the opposite direction is just going to start flashing me because I have my high beams on when I'm not supposed to. Not doing too bad. Struggled a little bit getting up that hill, but it was a very short, steep climb. So if you're hitting it with speed, then you're fine, but it's the relatively steep, longer climbs that trucks tend to struggle a lot more and you lose a lot more speed on. We're coming up to yet another toll station. I'm hoping in one of the next videos we can actually get a job that's not extremely long out of France, because I'm kind of getting tired of all the toll stations in France, to be quite honest with you. There's so many and you just start to get up to speed. Oh my goodness, why there's such a line in that one? Stop. But yeah, I'm kind of ready to get out of France. The scenery is nice in France. It's nice anywheres that Promance has done, but there's just so many toll roads, it's ridiculous. Stop there. Well, we don't have too much longer left to go in this journey. We only have 46 kilometers. Hopefully we won't need any more tolls. Somehow I expect we will, but hopefully we won't. Now when we get into Paris, we are going to grab those 2 discoverables. My frame rate will probably also take a hit because Paris is a relatively built-up area, I believe. So that's something to not look forward to, but it is what it is. After I make this delivery, excuse me, I will also check my emails to see what they, basically what the emails were about. I'm assuming they were probably, at least one of them was from the bank saying, oh, congratulations, you can get a loan now. Not sure if both of them would have been from the bank or not. I can't remember exactly in what order you get the emails, but I'm sure one of them is from the bank. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. I don't have a truck mod lined up as of yet. I'll try to get one in mind maybe for the next video, because I'm gonna basically have a bit of a think on it. Maybe we'll purchase a truck in the next video, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure what I'm still going to be doing when it comes to getting a truck. I'm not sure if I want an older truck or a newer truck, and I'm not sure like at what point I want to actually buy a truck, like what level I want to be. Get a speed limit change. I'd really like it if SCS, I know they had complaints earlier in their American truck days of people saying that the speed limit changes were way too harsh, which, to be fair, they could be harsh. So their remedy was to make the signs larger so you could see them from farther away. It kind of helped, but at the same time it didn't. I would really wish they would do, for when you go from like 100 kilometers an hour down to 50, have a sign a little ways out that says 50 and then an arrow basically saying 50 limit upcoming, so get ready to slow down. That would be an ideal situation. You just make it so much easier, that way you don't have to kind of look at the signs and then see one and panic and slow down and then get fined. Whereas if you had that, it would give you more advanced notice as to when speeds were going to drop. And that's the thing that they actually do in real life. I'm not sure if they do it in Europe. I've never been to Europe, so I can't say. Or even in the States, but I know in Canada they do, that's what they do. So it'd be really nice to see something like that in the game. It'd make it so much easier to basically anticipate your speed. Like if you see one of those signs and you're doing 90 kilometers an hour and you drop to 50, you're gonna slow down relatively quickly. Like it's just one of those things you're gonna do. But yeah, it'd be a nice addition. Can I get my map back? Because I don't know which way I'm going. It's one of those things that would be a nice feature. Also, I forgot about something that I read. I didn't actually watch the video of SCS customizing the Peterbilt 389, but I did read that somebody saw there was like a search bar in the buy menu when you're like customizing your truck. You could basically search through the parts that you can put on the truck. Am I going this way or am I going further down? I'm going further down. So that's something that a lot of people have wanted. Mostly, a lot of it was to do with Euro Truck. You can get mods, realistic tire mods, and it just adds so many tires, and it's such a pain trying to sort through them when the only sort filter is sorting by size. So it's nice to see that they are also apparently adding that in. Like I said, it's just something that I did read somebody say they noticed. I'm not actually sure if it's true or not, but if it is, that would be quite nice. Let's get ourselves lined up a little bit straightened out here, and then we'll reverse up into the parking spot, and then that will be it. There we go, that's that delivery done. We'll see what we get for XP once we offload and see if any of the damage that we did to the truck actually transfers over, which no, it doesn't, because if you get excellent, you have no damage. So $3,400 basically, and enough XP to take us to level 2. So we'll get another skill point, so let's go and pick that. Now last time we took a fragile cargo, and basically I'm just going to do it based off of the rewards we get. So we get 3% high reward, 5% high reward. Now just in time I'd get more XP, but at the sacrifice of basically money. Right now I'm not too worried about XP per se, because we're going to be doing jobs and leveling up relatively quickly. So I think I'm going to go with the high value just because it gives me that slight bit more higher reward. It gives me 5% as compared to 3%. So I'm going to go with the high value. Yeah, and I'm not going to go for the long distance because I want to keep these journeys relatively short right now. We'll go for some of those later once we start getting longer journeys and more interesting cargo. But yeah, I'm just going to put that point into high value and then take a look at these two emails. So one was from the bank. I'm not sure if that was the one I had before I started the video or not. But yeah, I can take out a loan. I don't know what size or if it just unlocks all of them. And then yeah, and then this is basically just a company when we were in Metz. After we started and took a job. I don't know if it was actually for the person that we took the trees from or not, but basically they're just saying if you have your own truck, then we'll pay you $11,000 for a delivery. Basically what they're saying, we don't have our own truck, but we do have the ability to get a bank loan. Okay, so we do have 10, 50, and 100,000. If I'm going to get a truck, I'll probably need the 400,000. Or at least 100 and then a 50 maybe. I'm not actually sure. It depends on what truck mod we go with and how much it costs. But I'm thinking when I get the 400,000, I may just take that and get a truck and then upgrade the garage and then get a couple really cheap trucks for the drive and hire a couple drivers. That way we can start making a little bit of money from our drivers as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and the subscribe button. And until next time, goodbye.